Good day everyone. Now we will discuss about the presentation of data. So what is presentation of data? Presentation of data is the organization of data is one of the processes to involve statistics, and it is essential of the element before the data are being presented. So we have the statistics. What is statistics? Statistics is a science that manage with ways and means in the gathering, presenting, analyzing, and interpreting the data, either big data, as being provided in education. It is also involves getting information through interview, questionnaires, or observation, experimentation, testings, or other methods. Data presenting or presentation is a deal with translating information into numerical and categorical or textual presentations. And this means for the data organization in the form of graphics from a local measurements. Do you know that data analysis is the resolution of information into simpler elements? By the application of statistical principles, that choice in which depends upon the nature and purpose of the research problem. It is also the process of extracting from the given relevant information from which depends upon the nature and purpose of the research problem. When when the interpretation or interpreting come after the results of the data analysis, it is found out that this includes relating and findings to the existing theories to earlier studies in different areas. Now, let's proceed the two types of presentation of data. So there are two types of presentation of data. The first one is qualitative and the second one is quantitative. Qualitative and quantitative, it is also considered as quantitative data. If it is also considered as quantitative data if it is numeric in nature. That is measurements or observation are numbers. Let's say for example, the height of the trees, the number of the students present in the class, or the amount of money received tips. So how about the qualitative data or categorical? We talk about qualitative data, it is that can be classified into groups or categories. Let's say for example, your birth months, your shirts, your size of your shirts, and also your choice or group of people or the soft drinks, and also the type of your eye or any group of your jobs, because this is all about the status of all types of qualitative categories. When the data is used as variables, this can be classified according to scale, measurements, or as nominal or ordinal. And ratio will be discussed thoroughly in the next topic, and this module will discuss about the under levels of measurement. So I will show you the presentation data. So I have here a presentation data that you have. Let's say for example, this is the presentation of data. So as what you have observed, there are included some qualitative and quantitative data to interpret the job or the birth month, or also the number of things around the world. So now, let's proceed the textual presentations. Textual presentation is applicable to small data set that can be easily be presented through the textual presentation. Let's say for example, sample data that there are 30 students in the class, 20 of when are girls, while 10 are boys, are easier to understand through textual presentation. However, when you write your observation, analysis, and interpretation on the tables or the graph that I have shown you, this is what we call the textual presentation of the data. And this is that are already in the textualized presentation. Now, let's proceed the interpretation. As what we have said, that interpretation, it is to interpret the data or to gather the data. Either your data is qualitative or quantitative. That's what you have used. So now let's proceed to tabular presentation. So what is tabular presentation? Tabular presentation is the distribution is described whether the collection of the data obtained by classification. And also, there are consequence of incidences that the class marks mind points, and it contains the class frequency with a number of comments that are belongs to the lower and the upper limits. Within their limits or the class in the boundaries or their boundaries. So now let's proceed the frequency distribution of nominal data. So what is frequency distribution of nominal data? So when the nominal data or any data are tabulated into a frequency distribution table, the register should be labeled by a number of title to provide the reader or the idea of the type data being organized. For instance, the dominant religious organization studying at Cebu New Normal Universities. It is a title and maybe the assigned number of the table 1 in as the case may be. So I have here the table 1, the religious organization studying at Cebu New Normal University. So there are some religious present organization here, the Roman Catholic, Iglesia ni Cristo, Jehovah Witness, and also the Christian Fellowship. So there are frequency in the right side. So the total frequency will be the 1,200. And also, let's proceed to frequency distribution or ordinal data. So what are the difference between the two? I talk about nominal data. It is any data will be tabulated from the lower group or the upper group, or the data, how the data being organized. And also the frequency distribution or of ordinal data is talk about ordinal data. It is the divisions are scaled or graded so that the score values an ordinal distribution will showcase the intensity of the particular characteristics of the data. So I have here the data presented under the ordinal data. So this is a table 2 that this will be indicated the student's perception on the teacher's mastery to the subject matter. So there are perceptions. So we have here strongly favorable, slightly favorable, slightly unfavorable, or strongly unfavorable. So there are the frequency will be interpreted. So the total of the frequency will be the 100%. Now let's proceed the group frequency distribution of interval data. So what is group frequency distribution of interval data? In organizing the in organizing the interval level of scores into a group, frequency distribution is the bridge scores separately into a fewer number of categories. Do you know that each group comprises more than one scores values are called the class interval. So this each group comprise more than one score values called the class interval. So as I repeat, this class interval may contain the number of score or values within it. So I have here an example. So given the scores in a mathematics test, make a frequency table. So will be the frequency table. So to solve, here are the steps to be followed to group the frequency data of interval data. So the step 1, we have the step 1. The step 1, solve for the range. So range, you get the range first, the highest score and also the lowest score. So what will be the highest score in my example? So 82, we have 82. So how about the lowest score? So we have here 28. So the range, according to the range, the formula of this is 82 minus 28. So negative versus negative is equals to positive. So minus, so 82 minus 28 is equal to 54. So now the step 2, divide the range by 10 to 15 to determine the acceptable size of the interval. Generally, the most acceptable size or a number of intervals is a few as 5 to as many as 20. So let the lowest interval begin with a number of which is a multiple or of the interval size. For easier computation, you may use 10 as the divisor for the range of the desired number of class intervals. So, this will be the step 2. The 1 equals to r dash 10. So, the 10 is used to be as your divisor of the range. So, r dash r10 to equals to 5410 divide it is equal to how many? 5.4 or round off. It is equal to 5. So now, let's proceed to step 3. Step 3, it is start organizing the class interval. Make sure that the lowest class interval starts with a numerical. So that is a multiple of the interval. So now, containing the lowest figure in the arrays of scores in the example. So above, in the example above. So the lowest score is, since the lowest score is 28 and the size of the interval is 5 and the lowest interval begins with 25 and the upper limit is 29. So these are the interval limits. However, the extract of the real limits are 245. So now, lower limit is equal to 29.5 and also the upper limit, which are sometimes called the class boundaries. And now, let's proceed to step 4. So step 4 is the tally of each course to the category of class interval it belongs to. So now, let's proceed to step 5. We talk about step 5. The account of the tally summarizes it under the column of the frequency, or add your frequency, which gives the total number of cases. It is what we call formula of n. So we have the step 6 and then identify. The step 6 will be to identify the midpoint. Midpoint is equal to midpoints mean m. So, or the class mark for each class interval will be, so this is the formula. M equals to LS plus HS divide 2. Now, let's proceed to step 7. Step 7, to compute the cumulative data distribution for less than and greater than, and put them under less than by CF and greater than is equal to CF. And now, let's proceed to step 8, the last one. You may compute the relative frequency distribution by this formula. So, this formula will be RF times percent equals to F divide TF times 100%. So, the answer will be your overall RF. So, the total of this is your overall RF or frequency. Now, I will show you the table. This is what we call then the class interval, the frequency, the median, the computation of RF, and also the F. So, it is what we call 100%. Now, thank you for your listening, and my co-reporters will be reported. And that's all. Thank you.